Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the divine presence you're seeking is already within your reach, closer than your own breath? That God's love isn't just a distant memory or a story told in ancient scriptures, but a living force ready to ignite your life today. Today, I invite you to see a truth so powerful, so life-altering, that it could shift your entire perspective and set your soul on fire. Because the truth is, your life is no accident. You are here for a purpose greater than you can imagine. Every setback, every victory, every moment of pain or joy is part of a divine plan designed to shape you into the person you're called to become. But here's the catch: faith isn't passive. It demands resilience. It calls for discipline. Because in the storms of life, it's not the absence of difficulty that defines us. It's the unwavering trust in God's presence that sustains us through it all. Imagine this: what if your greatest breakthrough is just on the other side of your obedience? What if the miracle you're praying for hinges on your willingness to stand firm, to trust beyond what you see, to believe in a love that never fails? Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to wonder how close God really is? Not in some distant, unreachable way, but right here, right now, in the very moments you're living. Yet so often, we overlook Him. Think about that for a second. When life feels chaotic, when storms rage around you, do you realize that the divine presence isn't somewhere out there in the universe, far beyond your reach? No, it's closer than you think. It's right beside you, whispering hope into your soul, waiting to transform your circumstances with a love that's stronger than any challenge you face. Imagine how your life would change if you truly believed that God's presence isn't a concept for Sunday mornings, but a real, living force that walks with you through every step. What if your struggles, those moments of doubt, pain, and frustration, are actually opportunities for divine intervention? Because the truth is, we often get caught up in searching for God in the wrong places, like chasing after some distant miracle or waiting for a sign that never comes. But the real miracle is this: He's already here, beside you, in the quiet moments when no one's watching, in the small decisions you make every day that either build resilience or break your spirit. Think about the resilience it takes to keep going when everything seems to be falling apart. That resilience isn't just a matter of willpower, it's rooted in faith. The unshakable belief that God's presence is actively working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. When you realize that, a new sense of purpose awakens within you. You start to see yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as a victor in Christ. Your self-worth begins to rise because you understand that you're not alone, never have been. Healing begins to take root as you trust that divine love is greater than any wound, any failure, any disappointment. And here's where it gets even more powerful. When you start living with that awareness, success mindset and spiritual resilience become your default mode. It's no longer about chasing after fleeting victories, but about walking steadily in the confidence that the God who created everything is already working in your favor. It's about waking up each day knowing that your circumstances don't define you. His presence does. Because when you truly grasp that He's closer than you think, you realize that the greatest transformation begins with the simple truth that you are never alone. And that understanding, right there, is the seed for everything extraordinary to unfold. Have you ever paused in the middle of your busy life and wondered if everything you're going through, every setback, every moment of heartbreak, even those fleeting moments of triumph, really matters? Or are they just random events, disconnected from some larger story? What if I told you that nothing in your life is accidental? That every challenge you face, every disappointment you experience, is part of a divine plan specifically designed to shape your destiny. It's a thought that can turn your entire perspective around. Because when you begin to see your struggles not as meaningless obstacles, but as essential chapters in a greater purpose, everything shifts. Think about that for a moment. The setbacks that knocked you down, were they really just failures? Or were they divine lessons, carefully crafted to strengthen your resilience and deepen your faith? The triumphs you celebrate, are they just fleeting moments of success or milestones in a mission that's uniquely yours? What if every difficulty you've encountered is actually an invitation for healing, growth, and a deeper understanding of your worth? Because the truth is, you're not just living life at random. You are part of a divine design, intricately woven with intention and love. When you embrace this truth, a new sense of purpose awakens within you. You start to see setbacks as setups for something greater. Every closed door pushes you closer to the right one. Every disappointment is a redirection toward your true calling. Your life becomes a journey of resilience, fueled by faith that even in the darkest moments, divine guidance is at work, shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Your self-worth skyrockets because you realize that you're a vital part of a divine story, crafted with purpose and precision. Healing begins when you understand that nothing is wasted. Every experience is a stepping stone toward the extraordinary life God has designed for you. And as this understanding sinks in, your success mindset shifts from fleeting achievements to an unwavering confidence rooted in divine purpose. You wake up each day knowing that your life, with all its ups and downs, is part of something much bigger, something beautifully orchestrated by the Creator Himself. And when you hold on to that truth, you realize that your journey isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving in the divine plan that was made just for you. Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to stand firm when everything around you is falling apart? When the storms of life come crashing in, unexpected hardships, crushing disappointments, or moments of overwhelming doubt, where do you find the strength to keep going? Is it merely human willpower, or is there something more? What if I told you that real resilience is rooted in a deeper, unshakable faith? Faith in God's power to sustain you through the darkest storms. That true strength doesn't come from trying harder or digging deep within yourself, but from trusting in a divine force that never fails. Think about the times you've felt weak, overwhelmed by circumstances beyond your control. It's in those moments that faith becomes your anchor, because resilient people, those who bounce back stronger after failure, are not just tough, they are rooted in a confidence that God's strength is made perfect in their weakness. When you trust in His power, you realize that you're not fighting alone. His grace becomes your shield, His Spirit your source of renewed courage. Resilience, in its purest form, is a demonstration of unwavering faith, believing that no matter how fierce the storm, God's sustaining hand is right there with you, guiding and empowering you. Imagine how your life would change if you anchored your success mindset in this truth. When you lean into divine strength, healing becomes possible even in the most broken places. Your self-worth deepens because you recognize that you are more than enough. Because the Creator of the universe believes in you. Resilience rooted in faith transforms setbacks into setups for a comeback. It turns despair into hope, fear into confidence, weakness into divine strength. Because when you place your trust in God's power to uphold you, you discover an inner resilience that no circumstance can crush. A resilience that sustains your spirit and propels you toward a victorious life. And as your faith deepens, you begin to see that every challenge is an invitation to experience God's power in new and extraordinary ways, inviting you to rise above, to heal, and to succeed beyond what you ever thought possible. Have you ever wondered what separates those who merely dream from those who actually see their dreams come to life? What is it that turns the impossible into reality, that transforms everyday moments into extraordinary breakthroughs? Could it be luck or circumstance? Or is there something more powerful at play? Something within your reach, waiting to be unlocked? The truth is, discipline is the secret key that opens the door to miracles. When you commit to consistent faith and obedient action, you tap into a divine flow that can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Think about the moments in your life when things seemed impossible. Those dreams you thought were out of reach, the goals that felt like distant stars. What if I told you that the difference between feeling stuck and experiencing breakthrough lies in your willingness to stay disciplined? Day after day, moment after moment. It's in those small, consistent acts of obedience that divine power begins to work behind the scenes, aligning circumstances and opening doors you never knew existed. Discipline isn't just about self-control. It's about aligning your daily choices with your highest purpose, trusting that God's favor follows faithfulness. When you embrace this truth, your perspective shifts. You realize that miracles are not just for the select few. They are for those who refuse to give up, who keep walking in faith and obedience. Resilience grows as you learn to trust that every act of discipline is building a foundation for divine intervention. Your self-worth deepens because you understand that your effort isn't in vain. God honors obedience, and He delights in revealing the extraordinary through your steadfast commitment. The success mindset shifts from fleeting motivation to a persistent, unwavering belief that through discipline, the impossible becomes your new reality. As you continue to walk this path, you'll see that the greatest miracles often come disguised as everyday opportunities, unlocked through consistent faith and obedience. And in that place of surrender and discipline, you discover that the divine is always ready to manifest the extraordinary, if you're willing to unlock the door. Have you ever felt weighed down by guilt or shame, as if your mistakes have somehow disqualified you from God's love? Or maybe you've questioned whether your failures have pushed you too far from His grace. What if I told you that nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from the boundless love of God, that His mercy is not reserved for perfect people, but is available to you, no matter how many times you stumble or fall? God's love is unconditional, everlasting, a divine force that remains unwavering through every season of your life. Think about the times you've doubted your worth, felt unworthy of forgiveness, or wondered if your mistakes had closed the door to God's favor. Those moments of despair can feel isolating, but they are precisely when God's love shines brightest. Because His love isn't based on your performance or your ability to get everything right. It's rooted in His nature, which is love itself. His mercy is new every morning, and His grace is sufficient for every failure, every doubt, every moment of weakness. When you truly grasp this truth, resilience begins to take on a new meaning. It's not about trying to earn God's love. It's about resting in it, allowing His everlasting love to heal your wounds and restore your self-worth. Imagine living with the confidence that no mistake can undo His goodness, no failure can diminish His mercy, and no doubt can diminish your divine identity. That understanding transforms your success mindset from one of striving to one of surrender, trusting in His unconditional love as the foundation of your healing and growth. When you realize that God's love is everlasting, you begin to see setbacks as opportunities for His grace to shine even brighter, and your resilience grows stronger, knowing that His love is always present, always enough. And as you embrace this truth, you are invited into a deeper relationship, one that renews your spirit and propels you into a future where nothing can separate you from His everlasting mercy. Have you ever wondered if your life truly matters beyond the daily routines and fleeting moments? Do you sense there's more to your existence? Something greater that you are meant to accomplish? What if I told you that you are called to make a lasting impact, not just for your own success, but to inspire others and leave a legacy of hope and transformation? It's easy to feel small in a world full of chaos, but God's purpose for your life is bigger than any challenge you face. When you embrace that divine calling, your life takes on a new level of resilience, faith, and intentionality. Think about the moments when you felt overlooked or insignificant. Yet deep inside, there's a whisper urging you to step into your divine purpose. That voice is God's call, reminding you that your story can be a catalyst for change, healing, and renewal, both within yourself and in the lives of others. When you align your passions with His purpose, your success mindset shifts from self-centered achievement to a legacy rooted in love, hope, and divine influence. This is about more than personal success. It's about being a vessel of transformation, inspiring others to discover their worth and walk confidently into their own destinies. Imagine living with the awareness that your everyday actions, your resilience in adversity, and your unwavering faith are part of a larger plan, one that leaves an indelible mark on generations to come. Your life, no matter how ordinary it may seem at times, has the power to ignite change, to uplift those around you, and to create a ripple effect of hope that echoes far beyond your own lifetime. When you accept your divine calling, you realize that your purpose is intertwined with the healing and renewal of others. And in that realization, you discover the profound truth: you are called to make a lasting impact, and through faith, resilience, and a success mindset rooted in divine purpose, you can leave a legacy of hope that endures forever.